Steve Jobs was adopted at birth on February 24, 1955 in San Francisco. His birth mother wanted college graduates to adopt him. Paul and Clara Jobs were not college graduates but promised he would attend college. He learned to read before starting school. His favorite hobby was working with electronics in his garage with his dad. Steve was a prankster and a troublemaker in school. His fourth grade teacher had to bribe him to study. Steve's parents spent most of their life savings so that he could enroll at Reed College. He dropped out of college 6 months later. An article in Esquire magazine about hackers outwitting phone companies to make free calls first inspired him. The articles inspired Steve and Woz to build blue boxes. It taught him the power of ideas. Steve and Woz were members of the Homebrew Computer Club. Steve didn't do research, but he had a vision. Even at Apple, he did no market research. He said, "Customers don't know what they want until we've shown them." Steve Jobs is employee number 0. Apple employees were given numbers. Apple co-founder Steve Wozniak got number 1 and he got number 2. He protested and then got number 0. Steve also owned over 100 pairs of blue jeans and wore a size 14 shoe. Steve had bad personal hygiene. When at Atari, he was put on night shift because he smelled so bad. He is also a prankster because when he introduced the iPhone, he called Starbucks and ordered 4,000 lattes to go. Also, he got the president of Pepsi to quit and join Apple by saying, "Do you want to sell sugar water all your life or do you want to change the world?" Steve's greatest challenges were that he was a college dropout. He was also fired from his own company. His next challenge was an unsuccessful business called Next. His biggest challenge was dying from pancreatic cancer. Jobs was very charismatic. He was able to hold on to people's attention for hours. He was also persistent and never took no for an answer. He was also a demanding perfectionist. He had extreme rules for his employees. He was also emotionally unstable, and if he didn't get his way, he would cry on Apple's floor. Steve learned more from his classes after he dropped out of college. A calligraphy class inspired fonts for all computers. Also, when he got fired from Apple, he bought Pixar and revolutionized computer animation. Steve Jobs' greatest achievement was not the iMac, iPod, iPhone, or iPad. It was the computerization of media consumption. He changed the way people share and purchase media. The iTunes and App Store changed the way people buy, create, and interact with content on the web. One of Steve Jobs' quotes was, "I end up not buying a lot of things because I find them ridiculous." Another quote is, "I think death is the most wonderful invention of life. It purges the system of these old models that are obsolete." Steve's impact on the world was that he brought the personal computer into the home and he was the leader of digitalization. He simplified technology and changed the way the world uses computers. He will be remembered as the Albert Einstein of all time. I am Steve Jobs, and I hope you've had a great time learning about me.